Well, abortion is one issue that's drawn a lot of attention nationwide this election. And in the Siouxland states, 3 different abortion questions were put before voters. In Nebraska, Initiative 439 would enshrine the right to abortion until fetal viability in the state constitution. It would also include an exception to protect the health of the pregnant woman even after the point of viability is reached. Voters rejected the measure by a margin of roughly 3%. Meanwhile, a competing measure, Initiative 434, was also on the ballot, marking a first since Roe v. Wade was overturned in June of 2022. Now, 434 would enshrine Nebraska's current 12-week abortion ban in the state constitution, and that was passed by the legislature in 2023. That ban includes exceptions for rape, incest, and the life of the pregnant woman. The measure passed with more than 55% of voter support. And meanwhile, in South Dakota, Constitutional Amendment G also aimed to establish a right to abortion in the state constitution. That would also provide a legal framework for the regulation of abortion, overriding any existing laws and regulations. The measure failed to pass, with 60% of voters choosing to reject it. And marijuana was also on South Dakota ballots once again. Initiated Measure 29 would legalize the recreational use and growing of marijuana for people ages 21 and older. Folks could possess up to 2 ounces of marijuana in a form other than marijuana concentrate or other marijuana products. It would also create certain restrictions on the forms and products of marijuana and where it may be allowed. At this time, votes to reject the measure are in the lead, 57 to 43%. Well, meanwhile, in the Nebraska Senate race, that contest looked close at times. However, incumbent Republican Deb Fischer will keep her seat, winning by a margin of 54 to 46%. Now, she's been in the Senate for more than a decade, and she serves on the Armed Services and Appropriations Committees. Her opponent was Independent Dan Osborne, a 49-year-old Navy veteran, mechanic, and union leader. Meanwhile, Nebraska also held a special election for its other Senate seat. Former Senator Ben Sasse resigned back in 2023 to serve as president of the University of Florida. Senator Pete Ricketts had been appointed to serve in that term in the interim, but he had to defend his seat for the remaining 2 years of the term. Ricketts won that race over Democrat Preston Love by a margin of 63 to 37%. This seat will be back up for election again in 2026. And in South Dakota, the lone U.S. House seat was on the line. Incumbent Dusty Johnson will return to D.C. for a 4th term. He won over Democratic challenger Cheryl Johnson, no relation, by a margin of nearly 50%. And in Iowa, all 4 U.S. House seats were also up for election. Siouxlanders in Iowa are represented by the 4th District House seat. That's held by Republican Representative Randy Feenstra from Hall. And Feenstra will return for a 3rd term. He won over Democratic challenger Ryan Melton by a margin of 70 to 30% in what was essentially a rematch of the race back in 2022. Feenstra celebrated his accomplishments with supporters yesterday evening before acknowledging there's still plenty of work to do.
But next year we have a lot more to accomplish. We have to balance our budget. We've got to get inflation under control. We got to make sure the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act of 2017 under Trump, that all expires. That means the standard deduction, which was doubled back then, goes back down, gets cut in half if we don't restore these tax cuts.
Feenstra has served Iowa in Congress since 2021.